What's up, everybody? Tomcat back here again, back in the safe zone. And this is Homelessness Part 3. Continued. So, viable options were not available to the cat. And the guy ended up locking the van. And I lost my job because the temp agency didn't need me anymore. There's a lizard. And that's what's up. So I ended up going back to downtown Detroit. And I ended up working the flea markets over by Metro Airport. And on Sundays I go to Armada again. But I was such a drunk. You would find me at like 11 o'clock laying in the middle of the floor. Drunk off my ass. And there was another girl working. And she used to wake me up and give me coffee. My boss would never fire me because he called me his son. That's the boss that I alluded to in the video. That was my mentor and friend that died of cancer. He would never fire me because I worked my ass off with the forklift and I would work 7 days a week and I would hustle. But this girl, Barbara, oh my fucking God, loved her. She was fucking awesome. She was one of those kind of girls that was like, I'm going to save this guy. And that guy being the cat. So we would flirt and talk and go out and all that shit. Well, the guy that I was working for had a friend named Pat. And he owned a bakery on 21 Mile. And his son... The guy who owned the bakery's son, Pat, his son, owned a bar called Big's Bar. So my boss would take me and my two friends, Gary and Lori, this girl, Barbara, and me, to get dinner once in a while. Well, my friend Gary had a van. And I would still be a fucking drunk asshole. I wasn't always an asshole, but I was a fucking drunk, and that's what's up. Smoking crack and snorting coke, and I ain't proud of it. I'm just telling you the context. Doesn't mean I gotta be proud of it. Now, this girl and me, we went out to his van and did things while they were eating. I mean, the cat was still eating, if you know what's up. And doing other things. This girl was rich. She just did this job at the warehouse because she was bored. She had money coming out of both ears. But the cat knew, I knew that I would lead her down a bad path at this time in my life. So I broke things off with her. Because I don't want to bring down somebody who's successful. And I was a fucking mess. So, me and my boss would get into fights. Because I would run the flea markets at Metro Airport, and the guy driving the truck and the other guy helping us, I was kind of the boss because I had seniority, and I'd be like, let's go to the fucking titty bars, fuck it, I don't care, we're paying with our boss's money. So we would go get drunk at the titty bars and look at titties in downtown Detroit at all the titty clubs, and I'd get so fucking drunk, thank God I wasn't driving. When I got back, I would throw the money at my boss, literally, and say, here's your fucking money. And then I'd pass out because I was so fucking wasted and high. Holy fuck, the cat fucking did some shit. And this girl didn't give up on the cat. She kept trying to do her best to be positive to me and try to lead me in the right direction, but I couldn't be fucked with on that. Because I was so down from my wife leaving me. Like, my whole world fucking collapsed. I couldn't see my son and my fucking life collapse. And every dollar I made, 70% of that was going to child support. And I didn't even get to see my kid because every time we were fucking going over there to see him, the lady that had him had an excuse. They were never home. So I did that shit for a little minute. And then we moved in with my wife's dad. Down on the Hamtramck, Detroit borderline. Because he needed somebody to help. He was working at a place called Mother Waddles. And that was a place where you could donate your cars to help people and get a tax break. So I would clean out cars and shit. And I met her little sister, Sammy, and her family. I think they liked me. Even though I was a fucking dick, I had to be a dick because the life that I lived up to that point was fucked up ugly. And my wife and I rekindled. And we were getting our son, and all was tight. I was teaching my son about fixing computers and all the games and shit you can play on computers. And life was good. But I fucking hated Hamtramck. All the robberies, the B&Es, and all the shit that happens in a big city. The cat was fucking done, dude. So I said, fuck it. Honey, we gotta go. So we went and got an apartment. And then what's fucked up is that I didn't get down on one knee and propose to my wife. I said to my wife, we're getting married, and I gave her a ring. And somehow she accepted it, and we got married. We got married by the mayor of Hamtramck, which was fucking awesome. My two best friends, Gary and Lori, were there. My brother-in-law, David, was there. My sister, Sammy, was there, sister-in-law. And we got married outside of the courthouse in Hamtramck. And it was fucking awesome. We went back to 23 Mile to my friend's place. I got so high. I smoked so much weed. And as typical Tomcat fashion, I got drunk because I've been a drunk almost my whole life. I just had to stop drinking a couple months ago so I don't lose my wife because she wanted to leave me because I was a drunk. But you know what it takes to make this motherfucker turn. That's what's up. Now let's get into the next part. I love you guys. Tomcat, oh!